Imagine this. You just won a tax deed property for pennies on the dollar, thinking you scored an amazing deal. But when you go to check it out, you realize the house doesn't exist. You bought a useless strip of land. There's a hidden debt attached that wipes out your profit. These are real tax deed nightmares, and today I'm going to break down the biggest mistakes tax deed investors make. What happens when you buy the wrong property? How to protect yourself from these disasters, and make sure to stick around because I'll share my #1 strategy for avoiding tax deed nightmares and only buying profitable properties. Let's get started. Tax deed investing can be extremely profitable, but if you're not careful, you could end up losing thousands. Here are some of the most common tax deed nightmares. Nightmare number 1. Buying a non-existent or useless property. Some properties listed at auction no longer exist due to demolition. Others are tiny, landlocked strips of land that are impossible to build on. Example: an investor bought what they thought was a vacant lot for $5,000, but it turned out to be a 3-foot-wide strip of land between two houses. Nightmare number 2. Discovering hidden liens and debts. While tax deed sales usually wipe out mortgages, some debts still survive, like IRS liens, HOA fees, or city fines. These debts can cost more than the property is worth. Example: a bidder won a tax deed for $10,000 only to find out it had $50,000 in unpaid HOA fees. Nightmare number 3. Occupied properties and costly evictions. Some tax deed properties still have people living in them, meaning you have to go through eviction. Evictions can take months and cost thousands in legal fees. Example: a landlord bought a tax deed home but spent 6 months and $3,000 in legal fees evicting the former owner. Buying the wrong property can lead to serious financial consequences. Here's what could happen if you make a mistake. Outcome number 1. You're stuck with a worthless property. Once you win a tax deed auction, there are no refunds. You own the property, good or bad. If it's useless land, your only options are trying to resell it or donating it to the county. Outcome number 2. You have to pay off surprise debts. Some properties come with surprise costs like unpaid city fines or code violations. You might need a quiet title action to clear legal issues before reselling. Outcome number 3. You can't sell or develop it. If a property has no road access, zoning issues, or major damage, it could be impossible to flip or rent out. Some investors hold on to bad properties for years, unable to sell them. Example: an investor won a home for $8,000 but later found out it was uninhabitable due to structural damage. They were stuck with a teardown. Now that you know the risks, let's talk about how to protect yourself and only buy profitable properties. Step 1. Always research the property before bidding. Check the property address on Google Maps and the county's GIS website. Verify if the house still exists and isn't a demolished lot. Look up parcel maps to see if it has road access. Step 2. Check for hidden liens and title issues. Search for HOA liens, city fines, and IRS debts that might survive the auction. Run a title search to uncover legal issues before bidding. Step 3. Drive by or get local help to inspect the property. If possible, visit the property yourself before bidding. If you can't visit, hire a local property inspector or a real estate agent to check it out. So now you know the risks of buying the wrong tax deed property and how to avoid costly mistakes. Always research properties before bidding. Check for hidden debts, title issues, and zoning problems. Visit the property or hire a local expert to verify details. Follow a step-by-step checklist to buy only profitable tax deeds. Have you ever bought a tax deed property? What was your experience? Let me know in the comments. If you found this video helpful, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more real estate investing tips. Thanks for watching.